little radical. It was all right, you know, I could live with it. Then she had gone from the back to the front, and it was like this. And I said, and she says, well, we could do this. And before she started, you know, she was like, big time.
You're just being filmed.
So I got home, I told her, I said,
that's okay, don't worry about it.
anyway, I said, well, hair grows. Hair grows.
I just missed you hitting her with a hot comb. That's that.
I was about to wring her neck. So the next Monday, so on Friday, so Monday.
Did you pay for this?
Yeah, we paid for it. So Monday,
Wes, go back.
without messing it up.
Because I want you
So
to.
She cut it shorter so the lines wouldn't be so definite.
What?
This was like a week ago.
Girlfriend.
And then she said, just gotta grow out. And then they'll do it again. And this time they're gonna do 1, 2, and stop right here, like football players do. You know how they do that sometimes. I like your hair, and I said, he just got out of major surgery.
And now, Clint, what did you think?
He thought it was cool. He didn't care. He wanted to keep on going and make stripes all over his whole head. The kids at school called him Road Map. When he got back.
I went in the next day with full, until that girl talked me out of it. Full intention of.
Run the balloons.
Never again. He thought it was pretty cool. He didn't care. He wanted to do more stuff. No, between that 40 and this right here.
That was gonna be enough.
She's showing her legs, Debbie.
Oh, I got your legs on film, Granny.
Miss Bill, she got some tea on her legs.
How old are you, Granny? Tell us.
I'm 90.
You are. I do. I do. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to see if you have any spinach in your teeth. Smile.
No, don't have no spinach today.
Good. Good. That's good.
Eating up?
Get away with me. He's talking about your grandma Eileen. She's a whole lot younger than I am.
I know. She's 80. What? Grandpa's. She must be 86, right?
Oh, great. I was recording that whole time I was doing all that.
Oh, you were?
When I was showing her my camera, it was recording.
You got the floor.
I didn't hit the off button.
She got the floor.
Well, she's been at some of the get-togethers, you know.
I think I ended up with that full. One's in it.
You got to smile. I just recorded the floor for about 2 minutes over there.
You did
With
what?
Laura. I just recorded the floor.
On the floor. I thought she said Laura.
Okay, trolls, y'all give me a wave. Y'all give me a wave. Good. Paul, turn around. Go look up here. Hi. Okay, thanks.
I be red, big old peaches, not happy picking, and the mama be or something got mine. I'll strip it off naked.
You were.
Charles was standing there looking at me, and I was fighting.
Was it a bumblebee?
Yeah, God, and I just fighting that.
We just about have to. I mean, those things get down in your clothes and everything.
I'm gonna beat your butt.
Yeah, I believe that's what she was fixing to tell.
California was in the cover.
Yeah.
Go across the mountains.
Yeah.
Across the covered wagon.
Yeah,
You hear that, Jennifer?
Well, 2 mules pulling us, you know. Covered wagon with a big cover over it. We go across the mountains.
How old were you, Granny?
I guess I must have been about 9, 10
Were
years
y'all
old.
moving? Where were you moving
Well, when
from?
we moved to North Carolina, we moved to South Carolina.
Whereabouts in North Carolina?
Well, Brevard.
Oh.
Around the river.
She likes that area up in there. It is
Yeah,
pretty.
it is.
We went by there, went to the church, and this is cemetery work. so many of our relatives buried there.
We took you. Oh, yeah, all up through there. Don't you remember us taking you there and said all the
That's
marrows?
Little River,
And Paul said
My
that
granddaddy's buried there.
there's a lot of marrows there.
My grandmother.
Which churches? Different churches?
Little River.
Little River?
Little River Baptist Church down there. In Brevard. And my granddaddy, on my mother's side, Grandpa Beck, he's buried at Enum Baptist Church up there.
I vaguely remember going there.
We took her, we took her to 2 or 3 different places. where
And
some of her
Grandpa's got a
relatives
real pretty marker up to his grave now. They finally put a marker up to his grave. It's nice. That's Enum Baptist Church. It's not very far from where they used to live. We went around over that way. You remember us going over that way where it was at? And I said that was where my granddad's house was. They put it at the house, I guess it's still
Oh,
there.
yeah, and we took you around to a few places.
Put a trailer there, had a trailer there when we was up there. They
She
survived.
recognized a couple of places up
Yeah,
there.
apples out there where there used to be a big old walnut tree out there. And the walnuts were so large off of that tree. I can remember going out there picking them up.
What'd you do, Granny, before y'all had electricity?
Huh?
What'd you do before y'all had electricity?
Air conditioning. That was a long
Air
time.
conditioning, it didn't bother us at all because.
Just weren't spoiled yet. We weren't spoiled, and people had probably more trees and not as much cement around.
That's
you
right.
know?
Before we had electricity, why you didn't bother.
You
You
just
wore
get out
big
the
old
yard
black
side.
stockings, long stockings. Come way up here and now old rib things and they burn me up, think about it now.
What'd you do? How'd you keep your vegetables and everything cool? Big old block of ice?
Our vegetables.
Probably just use them when you got them out of the garden.
You just picked it up for one day and you'd use it.
You'd eat them that day.
We canned.
How would you carry over to the next year?
We canned it. We
You
canned
canned
them.
them.
That's when you know so much about
Canned
canning and preserving.
then beans, dry beans, of course, we had the dry beans.
That door's a popular place, isn't it?
Yeah.
To dry the beans and everything?
We pick beans like you pick cotton with a sack on out of the field and then you shell them, you see.
And then lay them
Take a
out.
stick and let them lay out in the sun until they get, and then you just take a stick and beat the sack and then you go through them and you get the dry beans out, and you see. And they was mixed up, but they were good. Mother cooked the beans practically every day. Also, we had cabbage and all that kind of stuff.
That's a good substance.
Oh, yeah.
No, beans, that's
saying we need to be
protein.
eating
That's
now.
That's
protein.
what they say we
Now
need
they
to
eat
We need to be eating a lot more stuff nowadays.
Too many people eat them anymore.
Dried stuff, you know, how they used to do.
I know it.
I can remember big old sackfuls of peas or beans, they get them dry, and then they sort of beat some of that out, and then you have your hulls and everything, and then you have your beans and peas, you know. Pick out and do what you got. She's here, so we gonna put her up. I remember some of that.
Billy, if they have to do a little bit of work now, they don't want to do nothing. They want everything handed out to them on the platter.
That's right. From the very beginning.
Exactly right.
All these boys, they know how rough it used to be.
Because these children, the parents were working, making money, and they turn around and give it every dime that they want, and that's the worst thing in the world they could ever do.
Yeah.
You just not can get out and work for it.
That's right.
You can find
That's the
some work
reason
to
I'm
do.
hanging around now, I guess, because I've had to work hard for every dime I've ever got hold of. Till I got old and then people give me the money. Isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, you had some money
That's what
given
you
to you
do.
like that, haven't you?
Yeah.
Granny, what y'all do about your meat and stuff? Did y'all have cows or pigs
Oh,
or?
we'd have raised
I probably would
pork,
have
you
been
know.
vegetarian if I lived like that though.
You think?
No, you'd
I
have.
guess you'd get used to that
You
too.
get used
Well,
to it. You get used
men
to
You
it.
know,
You
where
did
they
that.
butchered the animals
Oh,
right
yeah,
there and
well,
stuff.
The men folks did most of
you enjoy
that.
that. When the wintertime comes, you go and, you know.
You enjoy it.
You enjoy fixing your sausage with the grind and have a great
That's what you raise the
great
animals
big
for.
pile of sausage, and you know how you
If I think
kept,
much about it though, I don't.
you kept your sausage, but if you got hungry and you had to work like I
You would,
worked,
you'd eat it.
you'd eat it.
Yeah, that's right.
To get it.
That beef
I
and
tell
that
you, we
hog.
take the sausage and put it in a pan, a great big wide pan, biscuit pan like it. And you put it in the oven, and you let your sausage cook slowly till they was just lightly brown. Then you take your fruit jar, have it hot, sterilized. Then you put your sausage, we usually put have pints, and fill it full of sausage. And then you full of sausage, and then you take your grease and get a cup and spoon and put it about half full of grease. Then when you seal it up, you turn it bottom side upwards, put the cap down on the table. And then when it got cold, you see that grease.
This would be the seal.
At the top. So
That'd be your seal.
that makes a good breakfast or two. Makes some ways of preserving it. You see, and then of course your meat such as hams and shoulders and things like that. They were salted down in a box of salt on, you know, keep it. And the hams is hung up, you see. And
Did you make soap out of your
oh
lard?
Lord, yeah, that's where we have.
How do you
our
do
soap.
that? Do you just cook
Well,
it
you
or
take
something?
your old meat that gets old and skins and put what you do, you take your ashes where you make fire and
Yeah,
fire.
those
In the
ashes,
wintertime,
yeah.
mother would, in the fireplace, whenever you get a lot of ashes in there, then she'd take water and throw on the fire, on the ashes to see there wasn't no fire, and then keep it turning over with the shovel. Because you got it out, and then we'd carry it out and put it in a barrel,
Yeah.
have a barrel, and straw down in the bottom of the old barrel. And you put those ashes on there till you got the barrel nearly full of ashes, then you have a little place fixed back down like that, you know. And then you start carrying water and putting water in there, and of course you've got to have a big container underneath to catch that little spout like to come out, you know, fix it. And then that call that lye. And it's like yellow looking. And it comes out and and you put that in your wash pot and you put your meat skins and your old meat stuff in there and it eats it up. And when you boil it, it eats all of that stuff up. And it makes soap.
That's what people used to use a lot of.
Yeah, it makes soap. I
Not to put on your face.
Then buy this lye and use it and eat up your meat skins and things. But we always just saved the ashes and made it like that. You had to make everything practically you had. Because see, when my mother come along, they didn't have no clothes that they'd spin yarn, you know. I got some cards at the house now that you take cotton, you spin it like the wool, you know, and you fix it, and then she had these wheels, spinning wheels, and she spin it, make the thread, and then they had these weavers, they weave the
At that folk art center over there in Asheville, they show a little bit of that weaving.
They make the material.
Wool and stuff, you know.
And my granddaddy was a preacher. He was a Baptist minister, and they didn't pay him no salary. He didn't get no salary.
They supply them though with this house and food though, right? House and food, is that how they paid the ministers
No, they
back
didn't give him
then?
nothing except they'd make him a suit maybe once a year, and it had to be made by hand because they had no sewing machines.
What about the food? Didn't they supply and give them
Had to make
food? The
the-
people, didn't the
the
people
what?
get, if he was a minister, didn't the people he preached to give him food and stuff?
No,
Oh.
they didn't give him no food.
Oh, they didn't way back then?
Not then,
I think as time went on, they did. Yeah, paid them due.
Time went on, they'd give him some food sometimes. But they spin that to make that material, make the wool, and then they make him suits and did all that work with their hands. But
Yeah, did all that with their hands, huh?
He did all the work with hands.
When y'all moved, how old were you when you moved to Pickens? What, you like, what, 9 or 10, you say?
I was 12 years old.
12 years old. And then your daddy had what, a fruit farm? Fruit farm, didn't he? We grow fruit trees and what was the name
we made
of
a big orchard up there for
Yeah.
Maggie Bruce. Big fruit orchard.
Yeah.
I went by that fall kidney by that. I've been to awful long ago. Don't look nothing like it used to. Nothing compared.
Is it just grown up?
Yes, it's grown up. And I told him to go around where we used to live at. So he kept a driving. Bill was with me. We got around there where we used to live at, and the houses there. It looked just like almost the house that we used to live at.
Really? Are people still living there?
Yeah, people still living there. And I told Paul, I said, Paul, stop right here. A woman come out on the porch, and I told her, I said, you know, I says, I think I used to live here years and years ago. And when I asked her, I said, was spring down below there? And she said, yes, there's spring down below there. And I said, yes, this is where I live.
Well, did you get to go through the house?
I didn't go through the house because the house, it had been built. Yeah, another house been built there. And I think that one we lived in burnt down or something. Same spot. Same spot, but it built back a little further from the road. But where we used to have a field up above the house was grown up in trees that big around. And you see, it doesn't look like it.
The woods just took it over. It was
Whenever I
a field.
went to the church, I used to go up that road.
You got your pocketbook?
And go up to the church up through there. They building houses all up through there.
And that used to be what, the church?
Yeah, the
field?
church, they done moved the church.
Yeah.
The church moved it way back from my older sister buried there. And we finally found her grave. I enjoyed going through that way. Everything looked so funny. And then where I used to have rabbit boxes and set rabbit boxes, catch rabbits, it's covered up in water. Just a big thing.
What'd they do, make a pond or something? They built a dam?
Big lake down. I said, good Lord, I said.
You used to catch rabbits?
Yeah, I said, pasture down there, old cow pasture, Wolf Creek. I said, this is where I used to sit and so.
Well, what'd you do with the rabbits? Were they pets or did you eat them?
I sold them.
You sold them? You caught rabbits and sold them?
Caught rabbits and sold them.
You're kidding.
Sold them for 25 cents a piece.
You're 25 cents a piece.
I did.
Can you imagine?
I'd catch 2 and 3 every morning.
Would you really?
How old were you, Granny?
I was about 12.
Like Reed's age?
Yeah, years old. So like I enjoyed going to them. Sometimes I'd catch some size of rabbit. I caught no a bush rat, one the dog, no black. I brought catch a cat sometimes. Cat go in there.
Well, how would you catch them? What would you put inside to bait them?
What you do, you just pick the gum up and set it up on the end.
Uh-huh.
Then you raise the lid and look down in there and you see the rabbit, and of course he's done turned around. He's got his head towards you. You just reach on by his head and get you by his hind legs and turn him around and bring him out. That's what
Yeah, but what made them go in there though, Granny?
Oh, well, cause you'd
watch?
You'd bait it with an apple or something.
Oh, okay.
Sweet potato or something like that. But if you ever one time catch one in the gum, then they can smell the scent. And they'd go in there, and I usually, when I made
Will you get another drink help for Nick?
whenever I'd make a new gum, and I'd build my own rabbit box.
Uh-huh.
And then whenever I'd get me a new gum made, and I'd catch me a rabbit, I'd put it in that new gum. Let him stay in there overnight.
Oh.
So it'd give a scent, don't you see? Yeah, the scent of a rabbit. So that's the way that's the way I done it.
Well, how'd you and Granddaddy meet? Y'all the same church? You and
I made him
Hamilton?
I made him at the Tabernacle.
That's a dead church. Is that how everybody met back then?
No,
Is that how everybody met back then at church, or how did?
Everybody didn't do that.
Cause you were working, weren't you? You were.
No, I wasn't
I thought you were out.
Not
Cause
then,
how old were you when you got married?
I was 27
Yeah.
years old. I was working then.
Yeah, that's what I
I was
thought.
working in Greenville.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, I was at home at the time I met him though. We went to a tractor meeting.
Met him at church. Well, did you when you first saw him, did you say I'm gonna marry that guy, or?
No, I never thought about marrying him.
You didn't,
He
Granny.
ran you down, huh?
He chased you, huh?
No, he didn't really chase me. I was working, then I got a job in Greenville. And I was working in Greenville and he come up that, I seen him on the street there in Greenville one day with Scruggs, that's his boss man. And Hamilton says, that was my girlfriend. And said, Mr. Scruggs said, she said she's a good looking woman.
Oh, why?
Says if I wasn't married, I'd be having myself.
I'd be after her.
To get to hear her. So from then on, we started going steady.
Well, how did you date back then? What do you do? Like, where do you go? Did you go to church? Is that how you dated? You dated going to?
No, we just rode around.
Rode around in what?
In the car.
No. What
We had a little, well, the Ford.
model T Ford?
And I think it belonged to him and Anderson together.
And then so what'd you do? You just go out to eat or something?
No, didn't know about going out to eat. There wasn't things much like a restaurant.
Ate home.
Yeah, we went home.
That's interesting.
No, I remember going to, one time I was taking a trip up North Carolina and got in a storm.
You got in a big storm. What happened? Was it, were you in the Model T?
We just stopped and we had curtains up, you know.
Curtains in the car?
Well, that car was, had these cloth tops, you see.
Uh-huh.
And just had these sides like that. It
Uh-huh.
didn't rain in there though, but we was in a bad storm.
I can imagine. What, did he have to go ask your mom and dad, could y'all get married? Do you remember that?
No, we didn't ask my mom and dad to get married. We didn't have to do that.
Did they have big weddings back then?
No, we got married at Sakona Baptist Church.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I didn't know if they had big weddings or.
Right after service, there was a bunch of people there.
Oh, really?
But they didn't, it was just more or less, you know, we went in and a friend of mine in Greenville was with us, Edith Reed. And she was with us and went in there, and so he went to, told Pastor, I can't think of his name, I know his name because I know mine. But anyway, he told him there's going to be a wedding. He spoke, said, don't nobody leave, there's going to be a wedding here.
Oh. So everybody who was at church that day, they wanted to stay.
Everybody stayed there, practically, yeah.
Well, did y'all go on a honeymoon? Did they what'd y'all do?
Yeah, went to Hendersonville.
To Hendersonville.
Yeah, I went to Hendersonville and then there I went on up to Asheville to Uncle Jack's and Aunt Zetta's and spent the night. And then back home. Well, everybody was different back then days. I reckon we done very well to have nothing. Oh, mercy. We stayed down on Grandma Julia's place. She had a house.
Now, where was that? Pickens County. When did y'all move to Newberry?
Moved to Whitmire.
Was Mom and Thomas born then when you moved to Newberry?
Louise was a baby. She was just about 4 months old when we moved to Whitmire. That was back in 20.
How's it going? Keep busy?
Louise born in July, and that was back sometime in the fall, I think. Stayed down there. We didn't live in Whitmire too long. Moved from there to Chapels in June of 1920. I reckon 28, I think it was. June 4, Louise was a year old in July.
And then that was in Whitmire. So when
Moved from
Whitmire to
Chapel.
to Chapel. Well, when did you buy that land where y'all live on now?
Lord mercy. I can't begin to tell you then.
Was Granddad always with the highway?
We moved there in 38.
Mm-hmm.
And we had it about 4 years before we rented it to some people.
Was Granddad always with the highway department? Is that where was that his work in Whitmire?
Yeah, we was helping get the bridges fixed and helping get the road service. There wasn't no surface treatment then. All the roads was dirt.
Uh-huh.
Wasn't no pavement whatsoever.
Where's Kathy?
I don't know, Mom.
We stood around and talking to those guys, telling them about all the cars and almost every direction and all that stuff. I was telling him that I was telling him that he was out here,
David, it looks blurry.
But you know what, Joseph followed me down there, right behind me step by step, and watched me turn it loose. And sure did. You had to go down and throw a pass down the little corner behind there. And he walked in and stepped away, didn't he? To make sure that I wasn't going to take that away.
Mama, please take your mom.
Hey! Go under. I want to see if I can film you underwater.
Take her home.
No problem.
Good. Go with that. So I one of those days when she steps outside and goes back to 11. Yeah. She goes in at 11. Don't kick in Anna Stacy. You gotta work. 9 to 5 and then 9 to 6. Stay right here. Where's she working? Hey, come in. David with that He's so little. I know,
Well, we got you. We got you in all your glory.
She's getting us an old. Oh, okay. I don't like all my
I like being on this side of the camera.
Let's go.